Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here to give you my 2-week update, 2.5-week update on my Lenten challenge that I've created for myself. Basically during Lent, from Ash Wednesday all the way through Easter, I am eating carnivore and fasting on Fridays. So last week I think I gave myself a C+. This week I'm gonna give myself a B. It actually went really well with the exception of one instance. That happened very early in the week, but other than that, I actually ate totally on point this week and I feel really good about it. So where we left off last week, it was Monday. I had just come back from my cousin's surprise engagement party, which was very exciting. I had eaten well up until the surprise engagement party, and then things went a little haywire, but I came back and got back on track. And I always feel like when you're starting keto or carnivore or probably any way of eating that you're doing, the first day or 2 or 3 are the tough part, and then after that it doesn't feel so bad. And I have definitely found that for myself, especially when I'm getting back on track, that if I can just get over the hump of the first day, second day, third day, after that it's a breeze. But that first day is always the toughest, and mentally I just check in with myself and I remind myself, if I can just make it through this one day of eating properly, then it's gonna be smooth sailing. So I use that to encourage and motivate myself. And in fact, on Tuesday of last week, I ate perfectly all day and I was very proud of myself. And then I ate a slice of chocolate cake. So one of my cousins owns an event space, and he has some regular events that he hosts, and he also hosts parties and things. So on Tuesday nights, there's always a board game night. On Wednesday nights, there's always an art night, like a model comes in and people draw and paint. And then on weekends, there are different things, so like DJs and bands and birthday parties and whatever. So the weekends are a little variable, but Tuesdays and Wednesday nights, I always go to his events. And that Tuesday night was a board game night. Sure, cool, no problem. Except it was somebody's birthday, and they brought chocolate cake, and it was delicious, and I had a slice, and it's okay. You know what? Life goes on. The rest of the week was fine. It was worth it, actually. It was very delicious. You know how sometimes you eat something and you're like, oh, that wasn't even worth the calories or the carbs or whatever? This cake was. It was so good. But anyway, so that was Tuesday, perfect up until that. And then the rest of the week was smooth sailing. I ate very simply. I ate eggs with ham and bacon. I had bunless burgers. I had blue cheese. I had wings. I had tuna salad. I've been doing, just tuna and mayo. Just really simple, straightforward meals. And I feel so good when I eat that way. I know I do, physically and mentally, and it's fantastic. So once I get rolling, it's easy to remember how good I feel and that I don't want to mess that up. So I think this was a very successful week. I went to CrossFit on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. Thursday I skipped because honestly, I'm still a little out of whack with the time change. I don't know if I told you guys this last week. Can't remember, but it used to be that the whole world did their daylight savings time at the same time if they observed daylight savings time. And then 5 years ago, the US changed when they do daylight savings time such that it's no longer synced with the rest of the world. So while daylight savings time happened in early March, in the US, it doesn't happen in Mexico until early April. So right now, normally Puebla and New Orleans are both in Central Time. We're aligned, it's the same. But right now I'm an hour off. And I'm 2 hours off from East Coast time, right? I work New Jersey hours. So 8 to 5 in New Jersey is now 6 to 3 local time here. And you guys, I've been waking up at 5:30 in the morning, and it is rough. Your girl is not a morning person. That is really, really hard for me, especially because on Tuesdays and Wednesdays I go to these events, and I fully recognize that by going to these events, I'm compromising my sleep. I mean, I get home at 12. It's not that late. Go to bed at 12:30 or 1, but I have to wake up at 5:30, and that's just really hard on me. If you've been around for a while, you know I'm a person who very much prioritizes sleep, and I realize that if I'm not getting enough sleep, that means I'm giving up something else, and sometimes that means giving up the gym, which I don't love to do, but that's the price you pay. I'm not the sort of person who's just power through even if you haven't had enough sleep. I think that's really bad for you. So if you want to go to the gym, you better get enough sleep. And in my case, I wanted to go out, so I didn't get enough sleep, which meant I couldn't go to the gym on Thursday. I was tired. I was just really tired. So I decided to honor my body, get some rest. We actually went out to dinner, had these beautiful bunless burgers. Well, they served it with the bun. I just didn't eat the bun. But we went to this burger place I'd never been to before, and it was delightful. I really want to go back. I had this, it was a beef burger with like chorizo, sausage, and bacon, and blue cheese maybe? I can't even remember, but it was so good. So that was Thursday night leading into my fast on Friday, and the fast on Friday felt so good. It was easy, it was smooth sailing. I think I told you last week was rough. I was hungry, I was tired, like it was a struggle. This week it was not. I think it was because I had eaten properly the night before, I had gotten enough sleep, but all day I felt fine. In the morning I had, water and coffee with a little splash of heavy cream like I do on fasting days. I did make myself some hot water with a pinch of chicken bouillon, and then I didn't even finish it. I had had enough, I wasn't into it. So I just had more water, I had carbonated water. Later in the day, so one of my cousins is also in this step bet with me, and so we've been going for a lot of long walks in the evening, and he was like, let's go get ice cream. I was like, I will go with you to get ice cream, but I didn't have any. But instead we stopped at a little convenience store and I got myself like a diet lemonade, so 0 calories, and had that instead, and it still felt like a sweet treat. So that's kind of one of my tricks when I'm fasting, is that if I feel like I want something different or a little bit of a treat, I do like a sugar-free 0 calorie soda or whatever. I mean, aspartame isn't the best for you, but I do it so rarely. I think in my case, it's fine. I allow it. And yeah, the fast was fantastic. And then Saturday morning, we were going to go to we were going to go to boxing class, but for some reason we didn't end up going. I can't remember, but I slept in and I had my coffee at like 10:30 in the morning, so I didn't, so I fasted a little bit longer. I ended up fasting like 39 hours, I think, and I felt great. I didn't wake up hungry. I was very well hydrated. It was the way fasting should be. So Saturday was kind of a lazy day, actually. I don't have lazy days very often, and it was nice. I caught up on some YouTube. We watched My Fair Lady, which I've seen 1,000 times, but that's always nice. We went to the grocery store. Sunday, we also went to the grocery store and I cooked. Oh yeah, and then Sunday night, my cousin had an event at his space, so I went to that because yesterday was a national holiday here in Mexico, Benito Juarez's birthday. I had to work, but that's why he had an event on Sunday. Normally they're on Saturdays or Fridays, but he had a Sunday event. And yesterday went well also. The company I work for has sent everybody to work from home due to coronavirus. I already work from home, so for me it hasn't been a huge shift in routine. I know that that's tough for some folks, especially if they have little ones who are also home from school. I realize I'm fortunate that I work from home, my husband's home, we don't have kids, so for me, like, being home is wonderful, actually. I love it. I don't feel like I'm going stir crazy. I guess I just have a good routine in place, but I know that that's really tough for kids, for folks, especially when they have kids, so my heart really goes out to them. Coronavirus is not the panic that I think is being experienced in the US. I'm very much keeping up with social media, my friends in the US on Instagram and YouTube and things like that, and I know that there's a bit of mass hysteria and panic and grocery stores running out of things and all that. That is not the case here in Mexico. I mean, people are aware of it. It's kind of a talking point, just a point of discussion. Did you know? Oh, did you know they closed the borders in Europe or whatever? But here it seems to be fine. I checked actually the World Health Organization this morning. There's 151 cases in Mexico, no deaths. I think there's 9 cases here in the state of Puebla, but they're like quarantined. Everybody's fine. We're fine. It's not mass panic. Work has not been shut down. Nothing has been closed. Everything's still open. Grocery stores are still fully stocked. Life is pretty normal here. So I think I'm very, very fortunate to be going through this here instead of in the US. I think the headspace in the US would probably be a little more difficult. So we're good here. I went grocery shopping, like I said, Saturday and Sunday. There's plenty of everything. I cooked for the week. I made some egg roll in a bowl because my husband really likes that. And I feel like it was a really successful week. I give myself a B just because of that chocolate cake, but otherwise it was pretty on point and I feel like I'm on a roll. I'm very grateful for this step bet, to be honest. There have been many, many days that my cousin and I have gone for long walks just because, or my husband and I, or the three of us, just because I need to get my steps in and he needs to get his steps in. And I realized that because I work from home, I have a desk job. If I didn't have this step bet, on days when I'm not going to the gym, I get like 1,000 steps, like very, very, very little movement. I'm not good at just naturally getting up and walking on a regular cadence. So I'm very glad for this step bet because it has caused me to walk a lot more than I ever did before, and burn more calories, I guess. So that's been fantastic. It's also just nice to get outside, get fresh air, have conversations without, cell phones and things. So I've just really been enjoying the step bet. But yeah, if it weren't for the time change that's like kicking me in the pants, I would call this just like perfectly smooth sailing. But I'm on a roll. I'm feeling good. I'm not focusing on the lack of sleep. I'm making up for it when I can. And I'm taking care of myself to not push myself too hard and balance things out and take care of my body. So I hope you're doing the same. I'm washing my hands frequently. I hope you're doing the same. And yeah, stay safe, be careful, and I will talk to you soon.